So the PlayStation 4 has already sold 5.3 million consoles worldwide, which is very impressive. Last month it was revealed on how the PS4 outsold the Xbox One by a 2-to-1 ratio, which is pretty crazy because these two consoles have been out for a matter of mere months. You know, most of the stores that I've been to that sell video game consoles, most of these stores have the Xbox One in stock, ready to go. Oftentimes there's like a stockpile of them, huge pile of them, and they're just sitting there. And at most of these stores have no PS4 consoles in stock. The PS4 is sold out at many of these locations. I have seen them in stock, maybe one or two of these electronic stores, but besides that, the PS4 is just selling very, very well. You know, I'm curious. Is Microsoft concerned about this? Are they concerned about these sales? Now, I just want to make this video because I don't want there to be a lopsided victory. I don't want the PS4 to be this incredible victor, selling 2 or 3 times the amount of consoles as the Xbox One, and I don't want the Xbox One to be this superior victor. You know, the Xbox One is struggling when compared with the PS4. Let me just first off say that I'm a fan of the PlayStation and Xbox brand. I am a fan of both of these brands. You know, I understand the PlayStation 4 is a good console. It's not a perfect console, okay? One of the things I have, you know, the PS4 controller, it's a great controller. However, I hate the weak battery life. You know, every several hours having to charge this thing. I think they did a poor job with the battery life for this controller. The PS4 is not a perfect console. It's a great console, but it's not perfect. You get what I mean here? But it's still doing very, very well. And having said that, 5.3 million consoles sold, that's really, really impressive. To kind of put that in perspective, when the Xbox 360 launched, their goal was to sell 10 million consoles in the first year. Okay? And they did that. They succeeded, which is a really big deal. Because I think the Wii U, it's been out for over a year and several months, and it's only sold around 5-6 million consoles. So when the Xbox 360 did 10 million consoles sold, that was a really big deal. You know, the PlayStation 4 has only been out around 4 months, and already it's sold over 5 million consoles. It's going to sell way more than 10 million consoles. Reason being is because the PS4 isn't even out yet in Japan. I know it's going to be out in the next couple of days. You know, for those of you guys that have seen my Xbox 360 collection videos, you know that I'm a big fan of the Xbox brand, and there really are some great console exclusives that I can't wait to play on the Xbox One. But the issue that I have with the Xbox One is just a couple of things. First of all, a lot of the games don't look as good on the Xbox One when compared with the PlayStation 4. You know, you hear about games like Call of Duty or Thief or Metal Gear Ground Zeroes. Ground Zeroes looks like a great game, but you can tell that it looks a lot better on the PS4 when compared with the Xbox One. Now, I could understand the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One, certain games maybe not looking as good, but the big issue that I have is the $500 price tag that the Xbox One has. Why is the PlayStation 4 $399 and the Xbox One $499? Why do a lot of these games look better on the PS4 when the Xbox One gamers have to spend $100 extra, and then their friends who have a PS4, their games are looking better than their console? I don't understand that. Is Microsoft considering this? Ultimately, I think that Microsoft needs to be more competitive in terms of price. I understand that the Kinect is a serious investment, and to put a Kinect in every single Xbox One, it costs some serious dough. However, I also know if Xbox One is going to be more competitive with the PlayStation 4, it needs to be more competitive with price. If the PlayStation 4 is $399, then the Xbox One needs to be $399. Guys, let me know your thoughts on this. This has just been something that's been really on my mind because I don't want either of the consoles to be a lopsided victor. I think that the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360 were so great and had so many great games, and one of the reasons I think that was the case on why it was so good, why there was such a great library and experience available for 360 owners and PlayStation 3 owners, is because there was just a great level of competition. Both the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360 sold very well, but there's just this really sweet level of competition, and they were doing their best to outdo each other. They both were able to bring us great exclusives and great experiences, and ultimately us gamers won. I'm just concerned that there's going to be this just lopsided, victory for Sony. I want Sony to do well, but I want Xbox to do well. I don't want there to be any type of monopoly. I want both these consoles to do well. I want them to both release incredible exclusive experiences, but also bring gamers that can only afford one of the consoles great multi-platform experiences as well, because I think there's just some great multi-platforms to look forward to for both the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4. Anyway guys, let me know your thoughts on this. This has been something I've been thinking about. I really think the Xbox One needs a price drop. They need to be on the same price point as the PlayStation 4. Otherwise, I think that this is just going to be this lopsided victory for Sony. Some people might be thinking I'm just, thinking too quickly about this and it needs to take some more time. But again, I go to these stores and I see at most of these stores, PlayStation 4s are sold out, but Xbox Ones are just stockpiling, just sitting there. I heard there was a rumor on how they're thinking about dropping the optical drive for the Xbox One. I think that's a bad decision. Although if you do that, then you're going to have the console be at $349 or $299. But keep the same console. The PlayStation 4, it has a drive where you can put in DVDs and Blu-rays. Don't drop that optical drive. Just lower the price. That's my suggestion, guys. Let me know your suggestions on what you think should happen, and if it's just too soon to be calling things or talking about these things, definitely interested in hearing your guys' opinions. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you later.